Welcome everybody to the Keys to Wisdom channel. So what I'm going to try to do here is kind of blow the lid off of this entire Nineveh, sign of Jonah deal. All right, what I've got is a series of pictures, and I'm going to put them in here right now. Shortly after this, I'm going to show you that there are two cities named Nineveh in Nova Scotia, Canada. I'm going to show you that even though they're not 100% totality in 2024, that they were both in 100% totality in 1970. And I'm also going to show you a map of the 6 USA total solar eclipses that we're linking together here. But if you erase all of the other 4 and you just look at the 1970 and 2024 total solar eclipses, they form a whale. And they are intimately linked together. And I'm going to show you these pictures that both of these places, Nineveh in Nova Scotia, were 100% in 1970. I've got one picture just a little ways away because it's a little misleading. If you just go off of the time and date website and their line for totality, it appears like one of the Ninevehs is just outside of it. But if you zoom in as far as you can and you put that balloon right on top of Nineveh, it's at 100%. And then I go just a little ways away to show where it is at 99.99%. So there are two cities in Nova Scotia, Canada, 1970, 100% totality, and these are the two total solar eclipses that form together the whale of Jonah. And these cities are placed there and named what they are because of the prior knowledge of this event. Everybody who knows anything about total solar eclipses looking out in the future, no matter how far back that was, would be able to see that these two total solar eclipses, 1970 and 2024, would form a whale or a fish. It's a big fish looking thing with a clear tail between these two solar eclipses. So everybody who was plotting total solar eclipses out into the future was able to see this, and then from that knowledge go to those places and put things there and name them, right? They're not just named by accident, right? And another thing I should probably do is talk about how the 2017 and 2024 deal, making the cross, also had prior knowledge to it. Everybody who plotted them out would see that those two coming back to back in that area in a short period of time, less than 7 years, would be forming what would be a big cross, right? So then down in Mexico, at what would be the foot of this cross is Isla Maria Magdalena, Isla Maria Madre, and Isla San Juanito, which you find in Spanish artwork depicting those three at the foot of the cross. But then there's a third Mary there where they change language and everything. If you zoom in on Google Maps, you'll see that the three little islands that are in the artwork are depicted in Spanish. But then the one that is not part of totality in 2024, it completely changes to English, even though it's Mexico, and they call it Cleofa Island, Mary of Cleophas or Cleopas, right? The three Marys are there in Little John. But within the artworks, going all the way back into the 1600s, they only got the two Marys, Magdalena and Magdalene, and they're even sitting in the images of the artwork based upon the total solar eclipse. There's only one that's on one side of the cross. That's Mary Magdalene. She's actually on both sides of the cross, right? The one side is shade, right? In 1991, there was a total solar eclipse that came through there. All four of those islands were 100% in totality. 2024 comes up, only Isla San Juanito and Isla Maria Madre are in total totality. Isla Maria Magdalena is split right down the middle like a coin, half totality on the north side in the light, not in totality on the south side. And then the third Mary, Cleopa, which they changed the language on the map, right, is completely out, no totality at all in 2024, right? So when you look at these artworks, and I'll throw them in there too, from the 1600s, and they're depicting Mary Magdalene on both sides of the cross, it's because literally this total solar eclipse cuts both sides right through the island. Complete totality to the north, out of totality in the south. Right, so the representation in that artwork is John and Maria Madre, Mother Mary, in totality, part of Mary Magdalene in totality, and the other part of Mary Magdalene outside of totality, just like it happens, right? This shit's been in artwork for almost 400 years. It was named there by, and those islands were named and put there by the Spanish because people had access to looking at the total solar eclipses out into the future, and they knew that a giant cross would be formed right there, and in order to symbolize that literally and the foot of the cross, they put them right there, and it's straight down. Both of these total solar eclipses, right, 2017 and 2024, they go together, right? They're going to make the dog's all pissed off next door because I'm hollering a little bit. They knew that it was going to make that cross, right? Boom, boom. So they put them right there so it would be at the foot of a literal cross written by the face of the sky, the sun and the moon together, right? Or literally stooping down, writing on the ground or in the dirt, and then again, writing in the dirt. Big giant cross, representation, cross of Jesus. They put the islands there, they named them. And Google Maps has fucking information on all of it too, and they're doing language changes, all this shit. Actually, I got pictures from July 4th, 2022, and the name Isla Maria Madre is right on there. I've got new pictures that I took a couple days ago, and they actually erased the name Maria Madre, Mother Mary, right off the map. It still says Maria Magdalena, still says Isla San Juanito, right? And it still says in English the change down there, Maria Cleophas, but they erased Maria Madre, Mother Mary's name, right off the map in that place from that time, July 4th, 2022 to right now. So this stuff that's going on here, right? They're both linked together. 2024 completes a deal. The 2017 the cross, very obvious, but it's the big fish, the whale of Jonah, 1970 and 2024. Both of those are, it stooped down in 1970, wrote on the ground, wrote in the dirt. The first half of the whale and the second half of the whale is 2024, right? And there's these two Nova Scotia Ninevehs in 100% totality. So with that said, check these images out, save them if you want them, screenshot them up, or go in and look at your own stuff. But there's nobody out there that I see outside of just our little circle here that understands that there's an actual whale formed between the total solar eclipses of 1970 and 2024. And here people are talking about all the Ninevehs in the path of the 2024 deal, but these two Ninevehs sitting in Nova Scotia are both 1970 deals, 100% in totality in 1970, 94 something, and I think 96 something in 2024. I've got all those pictures in there for you. So with that said, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you think that's something you should do, and have a nice night.